So what do these two have in common? Well, they both just got new KWK Kayfabe Hero retro figures, and we're unboxing them today on the channel. Stay tuned. Indeed. All right, guys. So today we're going to be unboxing these new KWK Kayfabe Hero Series 2 TJP and Taka Michinoku figures. I think there's 3 variants of each, but we have variant A up here limited to 200 and variant B down here limited to 200. These are the KWK Kayfabe Heroes that were numbered on the feet. Going forward, I believe starting with the new Max Moon is not going to have numbers on the feet because they're going to be a little bit more mass produced. But I always love that aspect of these. But as I said, this is these guys' first ever figures, right? We have Taka Michinoku Slammer Series 2 Jax Pacific BCA style figure, as well as the Network Spotlight Toys R Us exclusive TJ Perkins, first time in a line. And I just put these here just because I thought it'd be fun to take a look at them. Personally, I think that so far these figures look pretty good, but I really want to dive into it. Now, I'm opening variant B today. This is variant A. The reason I chose variant B is I thought it was a little bit more toyetic. This is definitely like a little bit more, I don't know what's the word to use, but basically a little bit more simplified as far as the deco hits go. Red with some gold and blue. I love how they navigated the Nike sneakers there. I thought that's pretty good. The likeness looks good, but we're going to get more into that in a second. And then I'll show you the variant A Taka Michinoku. There's not much differences in these. Like the shoes are a little bit different. The tights deco is a little bit different. This is not the variant with the frosted tips, as you can see right here. These are variant C that we do not have. And also, check that out on the back, the fig heel. But I really want to talk about this one. So I'm saving that for the end because I'm excited about that Taka. And we're going to start off right here with Mr. TJP. Look at that thing, man. Look at how toyetic that is. So many colors. I love the green sneakers. Had to open this one first. But it has all of his stats on there. It says 5 feet 10 inches, 167 pounds, September 3rd, 1984, Kansas City, Missouri, and has all of his career highlights of everything he's won, as well as Series 1 and Series 2 on there. And then, as I said, the fig heel right there on the back. But we're going to rip this bad boy open and talk about it. I'm not sure if the carding is a little bit different, but it kind of feels a little different from previous releases. I'm not sure, though, if that's intentional. All right, so let's see. First thing I'm noticing is there is definitely much more gloss on these figures, and I do think that the plastic is a little bit more bendable than previous releases. I don't know if it's a different plastic or it's just a different factory or something like that. I will say there is a lot of clean deco on this, but as I said, has more gloss, so it has that Hasbro shine, and it does look a little bit more Hasbro-esque. The likeness is definitely there on TJP. Pretty clean paint apps. The hair is spiked up, and you can see the fade where it starts on the sides. I like that. A little bit of a crooked cut in the back. The hood is permanently back, but honestly, that's better. I hate when you have a movable hood and then it kind of just stands back there, so I like that. The fists are taped, but it's not just painted. If you look, you will see the molding, the light molding of the tape on each wrist and hand. Let's see if we can take this entrance jacket off. I think you can, but I want to be careful. Okay, you can. I thought Sean told me that you'd be able to, but I couldn't remember. Just be careful because what I'm noticing here, I'll show you when I take this thing off. What I'm noticing is these prongs right here are very, very small and delicate, as are the holes. But here is his entrance jack. You can see the zippers on the left side as well as down the middle, and then that star symbol right there on the back. But dude, this looks awesome. All right, so check this out. Same star symbol on the back. One thing I'm noticing is super, super glossy on the upper half, very, very matte on the matte finish on the bottom. So that contrast kind of like throws it off. But if you think about it, right, it's not really like that with Hasbro's. I'm looking at them right now. They do have a shine still on the legs. But what I'm saying is, if you go out to the ring and you cover yourself in water, as a lot of them do, your pants aren't going to shine the same way your skin is. So, I mean, I guess there's argument that this is a little bit more realistic. I would suggest maybe sticking with a full gloss. Curious what you guys think, but pretty cool. The blue, white, and red with all the different deco hits on top flows so well into these like lime green sneakers with the red laces. So cool. And like I said, they navigated that Nike logo very, very well. Instead of just doing away with it, they kind of made it their own. They made it that like kind of U shape. And over here on the inside, it's almost like an S shape, which I think personally is a pretty smart way to navigate getting around a logo that legally you can't use, but also a logo that is a very big part of his attire. So bravo to them for how they navigated that. Let's see if it stands. It does. And this one is number 158 of 200 in the production line. We didn't talk about these ones. Let's see. So the variant A TJP is number 94 in the production run. And I'm pretty sure this Taka Michinoku is pretty low. Yep, it is. So this is number 6. How cool is that? Number 6. I recently got a number 1. I want to say it was one of the La Resistance guys. I got number 1 in the production line. It's pretty cool. Now this I'm excited about, because if you couldn't tell in the shot I did earlier, variant A, the symbols on his entrance robe are stitched. Didn't expect it. So, all right, Taka Michinoku. Haven't opened a Taka Michinoku figure since I was a kid, so I am excited about this. Loved Taka as a kid. It has his stats on the back: 5 feet 8 inches, 201 pounds, questionable. October 26, 1973, Morioka, Japan, and has all of his achievements right here. And the same lineup on the back. Let's rip into it. Let's see what we got. All right. Wow. So the entrance robe is pretty awesome. Let's talk about that last. All right. It's pretty cool. All right. So here we go. We got Taka here. Again, shiny on top, a little bit more matte finish on the bottom. Again, I do think the way to go is to do all gloss, but knowing Sean, there's probably a specific reason as to why that they don't do that. So I'm curious to talk to him about that. One thing I noticed when I first got this, the tips of his hair are a separate piece that is glued on, and they literally move. I thought they were just molded to his head. They're not. Very, very cool. Does look like Taka. They fixed the eyes. I love the Hasbro eye style. I don't think a lot of people give credit to the Hasbro eye style. It is just the top of the eyelid in black and then a dot, but it works. It works. So he's got the black and blue pants. He's got the Japanese flag there. Taka with the Japanese flag in the middle. And then these characters, which I would love to know what they mean, as well as his ASICS sneakers, which again, they navigated that logo very, very well with the socks coming out. You know, very, very cool. But I am blown away by this robe. All right, so check it out. We've got the symbols right there on the front, stitched. This is stitched in there, embroidered. Look at that. And on the back, we have the Japanese flag right there, as well as more characters on the side. And one thing I want to do, I want to see if it fits on this BCA. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit too small, but man, I'd love to see what it looks like. I think this could be, it's not going to reach. The damn, wait, we got it. Wow. Holy crap. I think people are going to buy it for this. Tell me that is not sick. Whoa. It's not as long as it should be, right? But again, this wasn't made for this figure. Gets the job done. I think people are going to want to buy one of these Takas just to put it on their BCA. Personally, that's what I think. That's what I would want to do. Sean, any cloth goods that you do, dude, if you're watching this, you gotta go embroidered. You gotta go embroidered. The decal after this, the decal just ain't doing it. Now, obviously, if it is a specific like image or character, you can't just embroider all of that. But I do think that anything with like text, simple text and characters, this is the way to go. I don't think that there is any other wrestling figure I can think of personally right now with the type of embroidery that we're seeing right here. Look at that. Dude, I'm going to go out. This might be controversial, and I love this robe, but I think it looks better on the BCA than it does on the actual retro. So, stand test is there, and this is number 172. We are going to put this TJP vest back on solely because, first of all, it looks better with it on, but I'm also very curious how easy it is to get back on. Mattel uses this same kind of technology for their rubber goods when they have them, and it's a nightmare, in my opinion, to get back on. I hate the rubber good shirts for elites and stuff like that. They always pop off. This, so far on the one side, was pretty easy to get back on. I'm curious what's going to happen once I get this side on, because if you are a Mattel fan, you know that the second you get one side on, you go to do the other, it falls off. So, it stayed. Well crafted. Bravo. Well crafted. I love it. So, there they are. The new KWK Kayfabe Heroes Series 2 TJP Taka Michinoku available now. I believe you can get these at jjfigures.com, kwkshop.com, and I think the asylumwrestlingstore.com is going to have some as well. Stay tuned. You can also pre-order Ox Baker right now on jjfigures.com, on the asylumwrestlingstore.com, and kwkshop.com. If you get them from JJ Figures on jjfigures.com, you can use code FIGHEEL to save 10% on an already low price for an independent figure. So make sure you're picking them up. Pick these up. Again, I've said this 100 times. This is one of my favorite retro lines out there, especially independent. They're doing a bang-up job, and I do not think that KWK gets enough credit for what they are doing. Again, the buck stops here with the numbering them. So if you like that, I'm sorry. It's going. I'm knowing Sean. He's probably going to still do some limited ones down the line, but for the most part, it's going to be mass produced. I will say I like both of these figures. I didn't really need a TJP, but this thing's toyetic as hell. I love the Taka, so I'm very excited for this one. I'm favoring this one, but this one is very close behind. There has not been a bad KWK in my opinion. So, love to hear your guys' take on this. Hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at FigHeal. Twitter is at TheFigHeal. Pick up the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, available now on Amazon.com, or simply go to HealBooks.com. And make sure you join Whatnot at WhatHeal.com, and you'll get $15 off your first purchase. And pick these up. JJFigures.com, KWKShop.com, the AsylumWrestlingStore.com. Go now, now, now. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need FigHeal's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 5,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With shots by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Premium, full-color, and value black and white editions available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeal. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeal. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHeal.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.